join. It's super stormy weather. I'm gonna show you every now and then. Let me actually put the camera for now. Like, this is stunning. It's one of my favorite weathers overall. Some people are having a walk, and yeah, I'm gonna start moving as well. Morning, Matt. Morning from Vietnam. Good to see you. How are you doing? Just make sure the camera is actually not fogged. Yep, that's good. Hello, hello. I gotta show you this. So this is a very interesting setup. The waves, yeah, you see this? So the waves come over, crash at the rocky area, and just like splashes all over. Yeah, 100% fantastic. Glad to hear that, as you should. Morning to you too. It's amazing. Here it comes. How about you? I'm doing well. Okay, let me flip the camera again. Yeah, it's nice weather. It was supposed to be another typhoon, and I think everyone prayed that it didn't happen. Well, at least today I was like, okay, it's a sparring day later in the gym, 6 p.m. So I don't want to join. I've been wanting to join since last week, and the last week there was a massive typhoon that caused flooding. So a few days nonstop raining. It was okay for us in the area that we live. It's a little bit elevated, so we didn't really feel that much. But then all of a sudden we checked the news, and some of the lower parts of the Trang and general central Vietnam been flooded. There were some casualties. Yeah, let me show you again. Every now and then I'm just gonna flip the camera and show you the view. The winter season is a surfing season as well. So the, over there is the area where the surfers just hang out and do the surfing. And here, well, usually the waves are way smaller and doesn't really hit the bottom. But these days it's been quite wild. Man, the nature is beautiful. Where you from? I'm from Georgia. It looks peaceful, yeah. I'm from Georgia. This is the Vietnam Nha Trang, guys. Yeah, there is something majestic about today's weather. So I was like, I had the coffee. There is a coffee shop. They have books. So I'm reading that one book, drinking coffee, and then I'm like, no, I need to take a little bit longer walk today. Typhoon in Vietnam. If you check the news, if you just type it out, the typhoon in Vietnam, you'll see it was the massive one, the biggest one in many, many years. Or I think it might be like even ever. Caused some areas, it was like over 3 meter flooding. There wasn't a tsunami or anything, but it was just nonstop raining. And yeah, basically people just had to flee their homes. Some people even died. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Matt. Matt is the he's been here for quite some time now, and he's a moderator. So shout out to Matt. Ah, and we also have a Frosty Cupcake here. So another moderator, another person that has been around for quite some time. Good to see you, Rebecca, aka Frosty Cupcake. Are you married? Yes, I am. Yeah, my folks know I am. Chris is like a background voice of the channel. Like you can hear his voice, you can see him chatting and moderating as well. But right now he's sleeping, so he's not here. But he doesn't like to show up on the camera too often. West Hollywood, California loves you. Thanks, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, let me pin my Instagram, Rebecca. My Instagram. Thank you for that. Okay, here we are. Well, happy Thanksgiving to all US folks. I know it's a very important holiday. It's all about the family and stuff. So, yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Man, do you ever get tired whenever... Oh, look, hold up. So, you see it's wet, right? Because the waves come up very often. So, I'm just gonna record it a little bit on the way like this. This is quite a cool. I mean, it's nothing much, but it's cool to see it. You know what I mean? So yeah, regarding me getting tired, I get tired, but it's kind of a natural thing. I sleep well. I always take my time to sleep enough, and then I start my day over, and then getting back on the track. It's like a ending cycle, but if we think about it, this is how our bodies were designed, and our minds as well. We need the goals. We need long-term goals. We need daily tasks and routines to actually thrive and be able to be happy. But also, yeah, you gotta find the time to rest. And when I'm in a place like this, I could just take a walk, like no money needed, nothing, just a walk. I mean, I cannot help but be happy. So it really depends. If you're somewhere in the, I don't know, like a industrial city where it's like the nature is erased and it's only the concrete jungles, I can understand why it's hard to be happy, because you're not as a human, as the nature's creature, you're not close to your nature. But in places like this, it's so easy to be productive, train, study, do everything, but also take, sometimes just to take day off and just chill on the beach. Or if it's too much, everyone here in Vietnam drinks coffee or a fresh coconut. There's so many places everywhere. You just pick the place that you like the most and just enjoy it. So at least 1 or 2 hours a day you have just for yourself. And it's a good balance, good place. I've been truly happy since I lived in the Chang. This is Southeast Asia, guys. Woo. Yeah, so the waves are crashing against the. Let's see. No, that wasn't the big one. That might be a big one. Let's see. It splashes all over. Just wondering. Yeah, that was the best. She walks in the beauty like the night of the cloudless climes and starry skies. Beautiful say. It's raining there. Not today, but it's cloudy. It might rain at some point today, but it doesn't seem to be anything crazy, which is good. Looks beautiful. Yeah, it is. Howdy, Kyla. Good to see you. I'm so happy to see you all. I've been getting some wild weather there lately. It is storming here in Texas. Love it. Yeah, there's definitely, I guess we have a similar-ish weather. I had someone break in my house. He woke me up. He was looking for money. I got out of the bed and I started helping him. Okay, good one. Are you a beach person or a mountain person? Both. I like both. Where are we going? Just walking. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just walk a little bit further and then walk back. So I'm taking you along my walk today. Okay. Yeah. My thanks God my moderators are here today. So yeah, you better behave otherwise. So no spamming. Obviously, I don't need to tell you about. Woo! I almost got splashed with water. Sometimes we all need to get lost in forest. Well, technically, we need to be mostly lost in forest. I'm talking purely from the perspective of the human nature. We are like not very long ago, and I'm speaking. I mean, like 200-300 years ago, it was different, and that is not a big time when it comes to the evolution. So in the last probably 200, especially after World War One and Two, the technology, the industries, the factory production, and many other things, um, like the main currency, the a lot of things happened, and we just changed. Like, it changed so rapidly. So that's why places like Trang is a beautiful place. It is a city. You go for work if you want. I mean, if you're having a physical work and stuff, but it is still you have that nature. And Vietnamese people do take an advantage of it in a good way. I see them exercising, training a lot, chilling. They use the scooters to move around, and I think it's quite cool. I mean, I'm not gonna dare to do that here in Vietnam, but um, it's quite exciting. If you go to place, even some shorter trips on the scooter. So yeah, Vietnam is a super exciting country. Well, depending what you want, for sure. Boxer, madam. Hi, everyone. Okay, someone just asked you if you're a beach person or mountain person, and you said both. Brother, are you with us or not? 2-3 years Dagestan to go. Man, I still would choose 2-3 years to Georgia. Better for women, more familiar. But I'm getting it. I'm getting it. No, but look at this, for example. Obviously, those mountains don't compare to like a Georgian Caucasian mountains, even close to the coast. But the coast is beautiful. It's quite shallow, so it's not that dangerous. No tsunami risks, nothing. And there's mountains, and they're like, you see, this is like a mountain area. You can go hike. Like, this is what I like. I like both. When I say both, I mean both together. Okay, you're married, yes. Oh, hello. How are your shoulders feeling today after yesterday's training session? I feel all right. No sore. So today's training, even though, yesterday's training, that was my second strength, like a routine, like really focused, and my husband was there pushing me to my limits. So, but it's definitely better than the first time. First time, as I said, I felt my joints. I had to be careful with, just find a balance between do the stuff, but also don't get injured. Well, yesterday I pulled and pushed more weights on some of the exercises at least, and I feel great. So I'm gonna keep going forward with it and just keeping it up. Today is a sparring day, so whew, the water is splashing all over, guys. Beautiful, appreciate it, thank you. What does the nice apartment cost in Vietnam? Oh, check this out. Should be a big one, but no. Vietnam apartments, like, okay, we pay, so we're quite on a budget. We're saving a lot of money, all that kind of stuff. So, for example, we pay in the northern part, which we just like more. It's around 150, yeah, $150. It's like a little small studio with a little kitchen. It's not the place you just want to stay and hang out, like invite friends necessarily or anything like that. So it's good for one person or a couple. But this is how like you can find as low as that. And then obviously, if you want a proper apartment, like two bedrooms or one bedroom, sometimes even one or two bathrooms, sometimes uh, can range from 300 to $500, and you're good. You don't need more than that per month, not per week or per 2 weeks, per month. The Vietnamese housing and rentals is one of the most affordable thing, truly. In future, one day will come when there is no tree plantation forest around us. It would be very disaster time for mankind. I don't think mankind by that time will exist because, well, one of the things that how we get oxygen, basically the main thing is the forests, the green areas. Like the Amazon jungle, for example, is one of the biggest like area that is providing us the oxygen. So by the time there is no trees, well, good thing for you guys and for us. And I don't think I realized that before much either. But it's actually there's so many places in the world that there barely been any man step on the ground, and there are many reasons for that. So it's not like all the 8 billion is and is like populated all over, and there's basically no space for us. There's so many areas and big, massive lands that are barely populated, and some of them could be. So I think there might be an era of assimilating the new territories. Not like, I mean, those territories are within the certain countries and that belongs to them, but I'm talking about assimilating maybe like a smaller community towns, like newly built, just because people decided to um, get a little bit distance from the highly populated areas. And that's why what we have, we have massive megapolis cities in the bigger countries, and you have like a few, like more than 10 and above million people living just in the city. But in reality, then the rest of the land, they're like not very highly populated. I think one of the areas is the Central Asia, like the Kazakhstan, Mongolia, like those areas. Is it like a one or two person per a mile or something? Anyways, I'm just saying that it's might not be as bad at this point as we think, but we need to preserve and take care of it for sure. Let me go through the chat. Have a good day. Thank you very much. You too, guys. It's expensive to live in California, and one of the most expensive parts of the world. It's expensive to live in Tokyo. I will never go to Tokyo again. I will get broke just by fooling around in Tokyo. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Japan. Japan is the expensive part of the Asia. did you get there? Probably you're asking when did I get there. Um, Let me think. We came back here like a month and a half ago. We were 2 3 months back to Georgia, but yeah, before that we also spent like 10 months. So we've been almost a year here total. All right, I'm going through this another way. So I usually would go and do the shortcut, but here it's like a little peninsula, and the road goes around here. So let's see. I'm gonna try this one. A little hill, of course, the coffee shops. When I was in Da Nang and I was walking to Lady Buddha, uh, not very far from the Lady Buddha itself, on the like the within the mountain, right in the mountain, there was an amazing coffee shops. Sorry, one coffee shop. It was literally right in the woods, and you could just be resting in the shadows of the woods and having your coffee, tea, whatever, and then you would go to you could see in the entire Da Nang. This sounds peaceful too, so not that much traffic actually. And yeah, some people are chilling here. You look like a Becky Lynch. I've been told that. That's probably the most frequent thing I've been told. I suppose this is the area like for food or something. People just have a picnic or something. Also, barbecue. No spamming, please, guys. I would highly appreciate it. It's so quiet. Like all of a sudden, there's no traffic, and because the main road is a shortcut. Like now, it's just barely any sound. Oh yeah, and there is like a yeah hammocks and stuff. I'm not saying it's the cleanest area here, but like there's a little line and there are hammocks, and you can just chill in front of the sea. Let me actually check it out. Seems all right. I like it. I like that it's super quiet now. Look at this. So here, this is Nachang City, the coastline goes all the way there. This is like you see the smaller buildings. It's like another part. So the side that you see now, this is the north of Nachang. So it's not very small. It's reasonably big. Okay, as I said, so they have some fake grass leftovers. I think that was the area they would just put in. Let's see. I guess I can just sit rather on the rock or yeah, somewhere here and just chill. And probably at night there are some lights. Looks quite interesting. This place is in Vietnam, Nha Trang. Are you in UK? No, it's Nha Trang, Vietnam. Do Georgia and Dagestan share borders? Yes, yes, we do. Dagestan is like a let me think about it. The southeast border to Georgia. Thank you for sharing such a beautiful nature. Appreciate it. Of course, not only boxing and training and being sweaty and tired in the gym. I gotta show you some natural stuff. And well, people ask me sometimes, how do you have energy? This and that. Well, this is how I have the energy. A lot of walks like that, I just do it by myself. It's just today I decided to show you and well bring you for the walk together with me. But yeah, I usually walk in the mornings. Sometimes it's longer walk, sometimes shorter. It doesn't matter. It's just for the peace of mind. The temperature is warm. It's around probably 27 degrees Celsius now. That's why both countries have elite wrestling. Yeah, it's just specific for Caucasian region, the Caucasus region. And well, we it's funny because when I first time heard about Caucasian, I think I was watching some movie, like a criminal movie, and they were describing a victim, and I was like this and that, the location, the address, and then yeah, the looks like it's Caucasian. It's like Caucasian, like what is this? I knew that I'm Caucasian, and even me, I'm partially Caucasian. I'm technically half Slavic, half Caucasian. So yeah, we are. I mean, to me, there are Caucasus mountains. We are from those mountain areas. Then, therefore, we are true Caucasians. Or what did you? What do you ask about? Where did I get that? Like what specifically? I'll respond. Just please clarify what you're talking about. Are you half English? No, I'm. So I'm primarily Georgian. I was raised and born and raised in Georgia. My father is Georgian, but my father from his mother's side has some Armenian roots, so a little bit Armenian, I guess. Um, she's also like half Georgian, half Armenian. So like there's like a 25% or maybe even less of Armenian. And my mom is from Crimea originally, so she's half Russian, half Ukrainian. I haven't done genetical test. I just kind of assume because my mother's mom is like a Ukrainian. Her surname is Greek. Like similar, there are certain like surnames which is like and Chenko, like Lomachenko, for example, the famous boxer. But there are also very interesting surnames, like it's just a word, like Usik. Usik is translating in Russian or in Ukrainian to a mustache. uh, but like a tiny mustache, like a small, not like a usi. Usi is like a big mustache, and usik is like a little. So it's funny, right? It's like his surname. So my grandma from my mother's side is Grib. Grib is literally translating to a mushroom. So my mom's mother's family are mushrooms, and her father, I think he was Russian because he has the Russian surname, and but genetics sometimes speak differently, but that's all, all I'm aware at this point. I'm German, Native American, Indian. Wow, that's a cool mix. How's your boxing going? Good. Today's a sparring day, and seems like there is no storm. By the way, let me show you a little bit of more the city itself and the coast. Yeah, basically, gonna do some sparring training. I will see if I can live stream it because it's a group training and it's just gonna there's sparring days, and the coach he's like we're friendly. He's a good one of the best coaches I ever encountered. So I asked him to just estimate my level and yeah, basically just work with me a little bit too. So I keep getting better and on my way for the competitive preparation for competing. But now I'm just chilling. Pardon. That's why you're beautiful. That explains a lot. I think any mix makes it better. It kind of restarts, it refreshes the genetics. It is like less likely to have a similar or closer genetical diseases and issues. You know what I mean? So Fury versus Islam, who win? At the welterweight, Islam has more chances. But you heard about Tafuria. He's not gonna fight the first um, quarter of this year because he's dealing with the legal stuff and he's focusing on his family. I think he wants to get the custody for his daughter. His first son is from another woman, so he has full custody for his son. But I think there's going to be some stuff that he needs to take care of first. And there is Gage versus Pimblet signed already for the interim lightweight belt. Did you did you hear that? Like, I mean, at this point, I start feeling sorry for Tarakian. I think that's one thing that he literally bailed on, or like didn't pass weight. No, he didn't pass weight, but had a sore back. Yeah, that pissed Dana off. And I think with Hooker, Dan Hooker, I looked up it somewhere that he actually also didn't pass the weight. And Hooker was just okay with it. It's like, yeah, it's okay. Let's just still do the fight. So I don't know. Confirm if it's that true. But I also feel a little bit sorry for him because realistically, just skill wise, he's the number one contender, and with his portfolio and achievements. But the guy doesn't act seriously. Like I don't know. And then he's like upset because of, it doesn't make sense. Yes, it kind of doesn't make sense having Gagey and Himblet having for interim. But okay, Gagey been around a lot. He probably just agreed to fight Paddy only for the interim title. Well, Paddy, Dana White, Dana loves Paddy and all that kind of stuff. So, of course, they're gonna now they want Paddy probably to win. Well, Gage is gonna give him some fight, but on the ground, I think Paddy has a very high chances to just submit him and catch him on his mistake and just submit him. So therefore, he's gonna win against someone from the top five, or someone who was like in the top five in the lightweight pound for pound, lightweight rankings. Um, and then, yeah, I mean, then it might be Turkian and Pimblet because Ilya might be still out of the picture for those legal battles. So I don't know. We shall see. Georgian mushrooms, Ukrainian mushrooms more, but yeah. No, it's funny. Like you can see. So my grandma's name from my mother's side is Galina, and her surname is Grib, Galina Grib. Galena mushroom. That literally translates into that. Next UFC card is the worst, no interesting matchup. Uh, I'm a little bit, yeah. They announced like the 23. It's Merab fighting is the main card. I think. I don't know. Merab Piotr Yan might be actually quite interesting, considering that how Merab evolved, and he's engaging way more into the striking as well. And Piotr Yan is like one of the most well-rounded fighters in the lightweight division. So it might be a super interesting fight. Okay, not super interesting fight, at least an interesting fight. That water looks good enough for swim. Yeah, no, it definitely can swim, but it's a little bit stormy. It doesn't seem too big off the weight. It doesn't seem like, guys, but I'm telling you, be careful. Respect the ocean because you can just get pulled in and and crushed with the waves, and it's not safe. So yeah, I wouldn't swim now in this weather. However, in the summertime, it is like a super. It's super nice. The It's like a lagoon. The entire coast is like barely any waves. So summertime is super nice to just swim and chill and yeah. But again, surfing season dies, and then it doesn't come back until the winter period. So now it's a little bit further. Let me show you. Sorry, right there. There is like a surfing area. Well, all the surfers hang out. Like your tattoos, thank you. Justin's prime is gone. He's not. He used to be in the past. Yeah, but one thing we should respect about Justin, same as the Dustin Poirier. Like these two were always all about putting the entertainment, a real fight, not caring about CT brain damage. Therefore, being more risky, and I respect that. I respect that, despite it, maybe a little bit tricky when it comes to again preserving your health and stuff. But Justin's the one of those fighter generation where it was like we had some very cool fights. So Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway, Volkanovski, like yeah, this guy's been awesome. But Paddy seems to be also, I mean, at least the way how he's been showing himself in the fights. And again, he had very well picked opponents. UFC really picks a good opponents for him, so he kind of gets the experience, keeps getting better, and therefore some fighters UFC does it for, and sometimes they do opposite. They try to ruin someone's career, you know, by choosing the wrong opponents. So Pat has been lucky with that, but so far he seems to be entertaining fighter. It's quite interesting to see how yeah, how he's gonna put up with the challenge, you know. Good morning from the UK. Good morning to you too as well. I keep scrolling up, guys. Arman is undoubtedly the best lightweight right now. Yeah, after Tapuria. And call Tapuria whatever you want. It's not the first case in UFC that they had to go for their personal reasons temporarily. And they, like, at the Tapuria's level, you don't get stripped of the title. But just because you cannot fight it, you have like a personal reasons. He probably just made an agreement that he's going to take care of his stuff first. And yeah, that's quite a logical decision. They set the interim title fight for the other, so the division keeps moving. And then we're probably gonna see again. I mean, I hope Arman gets okay. Let's say Patty wins, and they kind of like okay, Gagey. So Patty proves that he beat someone from top five, and Gagey was probably actually he would agree only for the at least an interim title shot. So I think that's why they did it that way. So yeah, if Paddy wins, he has the again he proves that he's dangerous, and then it's probably gonna be Paddy versus Tarikian, and I think Tarikian wins against Paddy. Uh, Not 100%, but that's what I think at this point at least. And then, well, then we have interim lightweight champion as an Arman Tarikian, and are gonna have uh, a champ coming back, and then there's gonna be okay, who's fighting for the actual belt. Do you agree with the scenario, or do you have something else on your mind? Just to put a good fight shows for sure. Love that style. Common, your chill style. Appreciate it. Thank you. Experience that makes you better. Yes, helps you to grow. I'm a boxer, but I watch UFC and mixed martial arts. Well, if your MMA teacher doesn't like you, just change the gym or something, or get another teacher. Or maybe talk to them like, why do you treat me like, you know, you don't treat me well or something. Try to hear the reasons from them. Sometimes communication is the key. Ma'am, I struggle in the pull-up. You can suggest the best exercise for arm. Well, if you struggle with the pull-up, you need to train pull-up, but you can train it different way. So instead of, let's say you can do 2 pull-ups. Well, go find a pull-up bar, hang, and if you can do 2 repetitions, like try to do 1. Go up, obviously 1, and go down slowly, as slow as you can, and that's it. The rest. So that's method called grease the groove, which means you'll do 50-60% out of your max. You should not get sore, and you want to do it like once in a half an hour. So yeah, if you have it at home or at work, that's the best, because you can always just have an alarm, get back to it, just do another repetition, another set, go back to continue with your day. That method helps. It helped me a lot. If you cannot do pull-ups at all, then first hanging and also negatives. You can just jump up and then slowly go on the eccentric. Ooh, that was a big one. But anyways, yeah, so that should help. Anything less than 5 repetitions help you to train strength. So instead of doing something else, like do any alternative exercises, lat pull downs, sure, if you train strength there too, it might potentially help it. But strength is more like a skill, and it's also teaching your body in that specific movement to have a good neural stimulus. So this is why you should train it again through the pull-ups, but change your approach. If you cannot do 10, 15, well, that's nothing wrong with it. You'll get there. But yeah, if you're struggling in those repetitions, less than 5, well, just work around that and have extended period of times and do that consistently daily. You're gonna start getting better. Yeah, keep scrolling up. Hello, new to the channel. Welcome. You're going to become a champion one day. Or if everything goes right, I don't think it's impossible. But it's like everything else. You gotta challenge yourself step by step first and see where you are, how you do it. Is it worth it, even? I think the question of is it worth it? That's the main question. So that's why it depends on many factors. What is the age you're starting? What is the things you're lacking that you need to train on? But I do believe with the right training, right attitude, and progressive work, is not impossible. It's more like a logical consequence of getting on a higher level. So yeah, we shall see. You ever heard of the Sandman in MMA? You're talking about the Corey Sandhagen? I remember Sandman was his nickname. I mean, super, uh, super cool fighter. Wow, that's a big wave. Yeah, super good fighter. Well, he lost with Mirab, but he's still one of the prominent ones. People say that Sean O'Malley is avoiding him, which is, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at that. Hey, keep scrolling up. Aman Tarakian versus Ilya, best fight, or Ilya versus Islam, which is fight. I mean, both are good, but I think Islam versus Ilya is like the final boss thing. Arman versus Ilya is more like it's definitely a fight to make in a lightweight, but Islam versus Ilya is more like, okay, if Ilya is going up to the welterweight, how he manages, and then have that fight. I hope it's still going to be a catchweight at least, but well, to welterweight, there we go. And then it's quite a cool story arc too. Ilya obsessively chasing Islam because he just wants to fight the best out of best. So I don't know. Yeah, I think the Islam versus Ilya is way more ahead than Tarakian Ilya. But Tarakian Ilya has to be matched for sure. You're gonna be better than Amanda Nunes. I mean, I'm not doing MMA, so I cannot tell you that. And the boxing, well, if I'm a good boxer, especially if I get on the like elite level, competitive level in the pro boxing, in the boxing, I'm supposed to beat pretty much a lot of MMA fighters, because MMA boxing and striking is different from the pure boxing. And the boxing rules, a boxer is gonna win. But yeah, as I said, I always need to differentiate. I try to always clarify that I would compete in boxing. I'm kind of going that direction. And UFC and commentary and fight analysis, this is just more like a hobby and interest. And maybe, you never know. Maybe one day it's gonna be something that people would love to watch, as the podcast. And nowadays you can have it all, especially if you're multi-directional, have talents in different fields. It's like, why stop here? Which country? This is Vietnam, Na Trang, and I'm originally from Georgia. Same country actually as Marab and Ilya brothers. Sorry, Tapuria brothers. Maybe you should learn Muay Thai. As I said, I'm not looking forward to compete in Muay Thai. I know some of the elements. I done a little bit of Muay Thai / kickboxing training. So how to throw the knee and how to throw. Ooh, that was a big wave. How to throw knee, how to do elbows, the spinning back elbows, and obviously the basic like the low kicks and stuff. I know the technique of it. It's just, well, if I try to really compete in that right now, I'm gonna hurt myself because you're gonna harden your skin when it comes to that. And the boxing is fine. My upper body is um, like a durable, but my legs are super soft. My shins are super soft. Like that takes not only technique training, that takes an actual grinding. Whew, that was a big wave. Great, strong lady, I adore you. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for joining me for a walk. Usually I take those walks by myself, but today I decided such a beautiful stormy weather, but it's not raining, so perfect time for a walk. Let me just take some people along with me. Patience needs to be tempered. Yes. Hold up. 1 second. My husband was calling. Okay. Send the message. Good morning. Hello. In Vietnam, they say xin chào. Xin chào. Say hi to Chris for us. I think he's going to come in the live stream since he's awake. That's what he always does. Yeah, Ilya beat Max Holloway. Oh, if you look at Tapuria brothers, they probably have the cleanest boxing, like a conventional classic boxing in the MMA. Like Connor had a good striking and boxing, but it wasn't like a conventional. You know what I mean? When the Tapuria brothers, especially actually his older brother Alexander, now he had the second fight with in the bantamweight against Bekzat Alahman, and what he was using a classic Philly shell guard, and it was very interesting to see. He was a little bit vulnerable for that front kick, but Tapurias are like grinders too, so there are a couple of the ones that kind of dropped him, but he recovered quickly, and you saw what happened. He just, with that boxing, he literally took off the Bekzat's face, and Bekzat is a tough fighter. He's a very good fighter. Like also upcoming young prospect. How do I feel my protein intake? My main sources, like in Vietnam, super healthy food. So basically, every meal, like you have rice, you have meat, all of the meat, both pork, beef, chicken, seafood. Even if you go and eat outside, My personal choice for sustainable protein fulfillment is still chicken breast. It's dietary, low calorie, big volume, uh, high in protein. Eggs, obviously, and some dairy. Like I love cottage cheese. So cottage cheese is a good, especially it's high in casein, which is a dairy protein. And casein is good for absorption. It absorbs, like it takes some time, but it absorbs quite well in your stomach. So I think that was the one of the methods is to eat casein closer to the like last meal before, just 3 hours before sleep. So that's it. That's the main. And obviously, I eat vegetables. I eat some grains. I eat basically I follow the try to follow the balanced diet with a little bit maybe heavier take on protein. And then you have some plant-based protein as well, adding up to the like the main source of the animal protein. Where do I buy my chicken from? Well, fortunately, in Vietnam, it's quite a good product quality. They have both. They have some frozen chicken, but like in Georgia, for example, it was like a hard frozen. And I mean, yeah, it preserves the thing, but it just it doesn't even taste as good as the relatively fresh. Or here in Vietnam, they have a lot of freshly made or like fresh chicken breast, and every day they have a new. I think that is something from coming from the local farms. Yeah, and so you can just get the chicken, fresh chicken breast, in the refrigerator that is not frozen. Cottage cheese, cottage, Cottage cheese. How bad was the typhoon in Vietnam? In our side, in this side, close to the coast, it was okay. I guess it's just quite elevated, but a little bit inside of the city, in some lower areas, some of the areas the flooding reached to 3 meters. That's quite crazy, and unfortunately, some people died. But I think it was last time I checked, it was 90 people dead. But it's entire like the entire central Vietnam who people who suffered from the floodings. Around 61,000 and probably even more people uh, temporarily or fully lost their homes because some of the places that were more vulnerable they were just got destroyed. Some of the places just got flooded, so when the water went down, obviously they just had to refurbish and recover it. But yeah, there are around 60,000 people who just suffered from it from one way or another. Have you ever tried gymnastics before? Just a little elements, but not like a. I never trained gymnastics. Cotta and ricotta are nice, but cottage cheese changed my life. I love it with peaches and pears. Yeah, exactly. Cottage cheese to me, it's associated with the dessert. Like I love cottage cheese with berries, with um, so make it as a dessert. But in reality, it becomes like a super high protein. Who is the goat in the UFC according to you, and who was before him? Tommy, man. I mean, the lightweight division GOAT we have right now Islam for sure. He already deserves the GOAT status. In the bantamweight, Merab 100% deserves that. Uh, Especially, let's see how he does against Piotr Jan, but I'm pretty much sure that he wins. And what else? Ilya, I consider him as a GOAT, but he like he needs to beat Turkey, and if he beats Islam, that he's 100% a GOAT. Like all time GOAT to me, Dimitri Johnson, GSP, John Jones to a certain extent, but again, just because of his dirty game. Yeah, Jones did some. uh, he wasn't as clean fighter as GSP, for example. But yeah, who made UFC famous? 100% Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey. They were around in the same period, and those two brought such an increase into the people in the sport. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. Hold up. I gotta. No, I can't send a message right now. Okay. Hi, Mike. Okay. Hey, take your hubby out for some chicken sandwiches. Hold up, Mike. 1 second. Uh, hold up. 1 second. Sending the message to the friend. Okay. 1 second. Here we go. Well, anyways, Mike, super awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat donation. Like, again, you've been, uh, yeah, it's actually interesting. In this part of the world, like that money is quite a good money, obviously, but it might, if you do it correctly, you can still eat very well. And I'm talking about, like, a lot of Vietnamese do that, but a lot of tourists too, people who save up money or do things on the budget or like super low budget. So 20 US dollars is approximately, let me think, how many Vietnamese dollars? 2060. So it's like a 600,000 VND, which can last, it can last like a week, for the food, just for the food, I mean. So it's quite interesting, how in this part of the world, in US, it's like maybe one coffee, and here you still can have a good food and you can stretch it out 5 to 7 days. I bought a boxing tutorial book today. Oh, good for you. And I write in, I can eat cottage cheese with nothing else. I'll eat till the cows come home. Yeah, no, cottage cheese is awesome. You're better than Amanda Serrano. I mean, Amanda is super tough boxer. She's like one of the boxers there, like super tough, and she's a warrior, but technically, I'm aiming to be more technical boxer. I mean, being tough is good and it's important, but when it comes to the female boxers, like technique-wise, I'm looking more at the Katie Taylor, Clarissa Shields for her weight class, and I mean, she's a champion in 5 different weight classes. So she's amongst the women. I think she has the, yeah, she was a champion in the most of the weight classes out of the women, and out of the old ones, just like a power, like female Tyson, she was called that way, and Wolf. Like, it's not very often when a woman boxer can have the power to like knock out flat with a single punch her opponents. So yeah, I'm looking forward to be a little bit of all of it. But again, it's just it's just a journey that I'm going through. No disrespect to anyone else. Hi from California. Hello, Kelly. Greetings from Vietnam, Nha Trang. Just take a little look. That's super beautiful. And I just want you to see a little bit of what I see right now. Here we go. I walked all the way from there. Like, I was right there, walked along the boulevard. Yeah, sorry, that was an issue with the connection for a second. I'm from Georgia. Oh, geez, I need to move. Welcome. Oh, yeah, you need to think about it. a lot of Western people. Okay, United States, Canada, like UK and Western Europe, Australia. People just come here and they stay long term. I'm doing well, thank you. I hope you all are doing well as well. Where are you? I'm in Vietnam and Trang. Well, middleweight is a little bit. I need to look at the. Is there if there's any prospect or someone who is like just a well-rounded fighter who has wrestling as the like 100% has to have a wrestling to stand any chance against Hamdat, but also good striking. That's so I don't even like I remember there were talks after he went to DDP. DDP is kind of off the radars right now. He said he's gonna disappear and train. I don't know. He's smart enough. He's gonna focus mostly on the wrestling. But yeah, Strickland is on the on the league. Like he's suspended. Adesanya is not coming back. Ferrer is up. Yeah, he's not middleweight anymore. No, I'm not. I'm not actually. I don't remember. I haven't looked in the middleweight contenders for long, so I guess I should do that. Your weight category, the smallest you can imagine, 48 kgs in boxing. This is where I'm going. I'm like around 54, 53 already. So yeah, I would cut all the way down. I'm from Georgia, same country as Ilya Tapuria and like the Tapuria brothers and Merab Balishvili. Hi guys, that's a Hi Ginger, and I'm from the big star country. Nice place in New. Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm from Georgia originally. Are you like are you like it? Do you like wrestling sports? Yes, I do. I mean, I don't have anything against that. And even in mixed martial arts, I well, when it ends up to be a little bit more wrestling or BJJ, I just watch it, just groundwork. What I think, again, I'm more saying for the point of the mixed martial arts, but a lot of people are being frustrated just when the so-called control time is there, but activity is not really there, and obviously the referee is not breaking off it too often. So I think finding the balance between like when to break it off and so it's a little bit of balance of the striking and wrestling. Yeah, from one point you say, oh, but wrestlers just because they're super dominating, why you want to punish wrestling? I agree. We don't want to take away from the wrestlers, but at the same time, it's a mixed martial arts, and if the striking is not good enough to be able to strike properly, so you need to go to the rely only on wrestling. That is also not the idea of at least the modern martial arts and modern UFC MMA skills, like the skill set level, let's say that way. Because before, when it just started establishing, yeah, that was more like a style against style, establishing which which style was the ultimate one. And it started from BJJ was the first one, like the Gracie family were just literally dominating entire not only UFC, the mixed martial world, but then you have the wrestlers like the Gilbert Burns coming in the picture, and then you have Khabib and Dagestani slash Chechnyan wrestlers and Russian wrestlers coming in. Also, obviously, you have Emelianenko before that. But I'm just saying, then you're getting more and more wrestlers, as the wrestling is the most dominating round game style. So here we are. Now we are at the point, but unfortunately, they are well-rounded fighters who are using a little bit of everything, and they set up like Tapurias. They're wrestlers originally, but they have their wrestling just to be able to push their fight in the stance because they also have a superior boxing, and that is something that I think fans appreciate. But you also have super dominant Dagestani wrestlers that I'm not talking about Islam though. I think Islam actually has a very good counter boxing, But I wish to see him with GDM, for example. I thought GDM would give him a hard time in the stance, and that would make sense that he would go put them fight in the ground. But since the Makhachev was literally winning in the stance as well, I think he could just continue more and spend more time on striking, actually show how superior his striking is. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, just even when it's a safe fight and you're better at striking, but you still push on wrestling, not because you can have a control time. Yes, he like in the beginning when you try to go for submission attempts, oh good, no problem. Where it's like movement and there is like resistance and ground and pound. But then at some point, if attempts fail, then you have the situation where like it becomes a little bit of hugging. And here, yeah, it's not a BJJ match. It's not a wrestling match where it's always on the ground. So I think referees need to start breaking it off more often. Yeah, scrolling up, guys. Yes, I know who is Ilya Topurian. What do you think Islam's next opponent? Ilya will not fight. Ilya's even not going to be the next opponent for Islam. Islam and Ilya is kind of like a final boss or like cherry on the cake kind of thing. Islam's kind of having his way now. He became a welterweight champion. He became 2 division champion. So now he has. There's young Gary. Seems like to be #1 contender, but it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be easy. I think easy for Islam. There is the Carlos Pradas, good striker, entertaining fighter. Islam has the booer, his knockout power, but again, wrestling, it might end up as the GDM or something similar when it's just basically held on the ground. Like Shaukat and Morales are the more interesting, and I bet on Morales. I think Morales can win, not even because he's a better fighter than Islam. He's just like a mutant in the weight class. He's like the Pereira of the welterweight, but with wrestling and judo background. His reach is massive, the longest like I've probably seen in the welterweight. He's like he has that flat power that he just throws them. If he lands those 2 punches, not only Makhachev, everyone in the division gonna get knocked out. So that's something that like in striking there is no way Islam can risk it. But on the wrestling, I mean he's too big to hold down like that, and he knows how to wrestle. So he's gonna be probably able to do takedown defenses. So all those factors above, I think Morales versus Islam going to be the toughest one for Makhachev. I will fight in 48 kgs. Hey, will you ever switching wrestling with, of course, designer first addiction? Yeah, I didn't understand the joke because I'm not really about the brands. I barely know brands. We're talking about just chilling on the beach, but people asking questions, so I just responding. You train in different gyms around the world. What do you see that makes a gym good with no BS for fighters? Well, I mean, if you talk about MMA gyms, I think good structured classes, like separate classes. One thing, for example, in the Trang Sport Unite, I don't see, and same in the Silverback, which is other one that we train. Both are great gyms. They don't have wrestling. They don't have a cool separate wrestling class, and I think MMA gyms need to start adding up wrestling. You know what I mean? Because wrestling is something that is like if you want to be dominating in the sport, you need to have a strong wrestling. Apart from that, good classes and also mixed the generic MMA class as well. And I like the sparring culture. What I see is when the sparring culture is oriented on learning the skill and it's moderate, it's skill oriented, it's task oriented, it's structured smart, then I respect it. I already kind of have a trust to the gym, to the coaches. Well, unfortunately, a lot of places back in Georgia, it's like heavy sparring, it's heavy punches. And yeah, it's like they say that you need to be able to, go tough all the time because on the fight. Well, but it doesn't work exactly that way. You need to train tough. There, you have some hard training to push yourself to the limits, all that kind of stuff. But the modern preparation is different. It's like a lot of old school stuff is now not actual anymore. What are your views or on recovery and good night's sleep? The most important. Most important. Now, here is the point. A lot of old school stuff is about pushing yourself, training every day, wearing your all, being like a superhuman. Well, guess what? We all are humans. And human brain, human body needs the recovery is the most important aspect to actually build up a strong performance. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Matt. If heavyweight around what's kg? Heavyweight. In boxing, it's about what's it 90? I think yeah, it's 90. Freestyle wrestling training is very core. Yeah, I think Greco-Roman is even more physical. Freestyle is like very agile, so definitely nothing against like wrestling. But if you would choose between Greco-Roman and freestyle, I would choose Greco-Roman. Украину когда по? Hi Valentina. To Ukraine, yeah. One day I've been in Ukraine before, but I was a child. I was 13 years old, and my mom took me to Ukraine, and I've been Kiev, Odessa, Kharkiv, Mariupol, Berdyansk. I've been in Crimea, obviously, but back then it was Crimea. And then when we left, this is when the connection happened. And yeah, it was a tough period. But yeah, to all Ukrainian people, stay strong. I mean, I know it's not easy, but yeah, stay strong and don't never betray your country. Hey, I never seen your channel, but of course I meant if you would stop wrestling and have this interest addiction. I'm not even wrestling, I'm doing boxing. Okay, my mom is here. Beauty Tbilisi. Привет, mama. Hi, mom. Okay. Anyways, guys, I like freestyle and learning there often so I can counter. Yeah, no, as I said, that's freestyle in my opinion is more agile, while Greco-Roman is more physical. It develops physical strengths and power. Lomachenko was a professional dancer for footwork, you know? Yeah, his father, before starting boxing or while he was already doing boxing, he put him in a dancing school. So, again, professional dancer, he didn't go like Valentina Shevchenko, like dancing competitions or anything like that, but he learned dancing quite efficiently. So that could translate in his boxing footwork. Love from Raja. Gamajuba, Raja. Raja is if I'm not mistaken, if it's the same Raja, it's the region in Georgia. What time is it? It is 1:30 p.m. Loma is the GOAT. Yeah, 100%. Loma, I think it was 2014-16, he was the best pound for pound, according to the Ring magazine, if I'm not mistaken. So at some point, he was considered to be the best pound for pound boxer. From Georgia, Racha. Super cool. Good to see you. You look so pretty without no makeup at all. The go girl. Hello from Iran. Appreciate it. I mean, makeup and layers of makeup essentially gonna make your face worse over time. So yeah, just better train, sleep well, eat well, hydrate. Just yeah, get some massage, relax, chill, have a good recovery, and I think that's better. to everyone, guys. Alexander Usyk up to now dominated everyone like a big names. In your opinion, what will be the next suitable compatible fighter for him? I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. The last time I remember, he himself said maybe third was it, I think they had two fights with Fury, right? So he would like go, oh, let's do one more with Tyson Fury. Damien Haney is my favorite boxer right now. I'll look him up. I'll look him up. Okay. Now I'm gonna screenshot and look him up after. Okay, guys, but let me show you one more time the view. Oh, look at this. The light. It like almost feels surreal. Training for to be a professional boxer. Yeah, gradually, but more like show the journey and kind of show it on my example. I really feel myself as the coach more, and in the future, I would love to coach young and guide young people for the competitive level. So this is now kind of the part of the development for me. Who's my idol? I would when people ask me favorite boxers, it's like obvious Tyson, Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins. There are many boxers, but idol in the boxing, I think, as the true champions, as a true humble people's champions, apart from Ali. But Ali was also like Ali was inspirational, but he was quite a big mouse, and that was like his image. For me personally, two boxers. Uh, Floyd Patterson, super humble, super grounded guy, and like just amazing human being. And Manny Pacquiao, like those two story arcs, that like where they came from, the journey they went through, a decent, super decent man. Yeah, like I would put them as an idols. Yeah, Mike Tyson, like as a favorite boxer, I think like I would put Mike Tyson number one for me. As also as a shorter boxer, relying some of the trying to work and rely on the explosive power in the moments at least. Yeah, I definitely put Tyson as my one of my top favorites. Mine is the Pac-Man. He's Pride of Asia. As I said, like Pac-Man's story and his persona, and Floyd Patterson that has the motto student as well. It was before Tyson. So that was like a little bit. Let's say he 5-10 years older, I think. But yeah, look up Floyd Patterson. You will love his personality. You will love his biography. Where are you original from? I'm from Georgia, the country. So actually, same country as UFC current bantamweight champion Merab Balishvili, Ilya Taporia lightweight champion, and yeah, those guys. Peak Roy Jones would whoop your boy. A little bit lower. Originally, they were like middleweight, light heavyweight, welter, like in between those weight classes. Yeah, their clash was Bernard Hopkins, 2 fights, 1-1. One of my favorites, I guess. But Roy Jones Jr. is like again also top. I usually say Tyson first, and then Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins, that's really then like Pac-Man, Crawford, Floyd Patterson. So like they're few, but I'm not necessarily putting those three as the number one, number two. It's like super close top list. Muhammad Ali. Yeah, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali. Even if I don't mention this, the personal favorite. Muhammad Ali was a legend. Like that's kind of like there is no argument about that. Jose Torres was a great peekaboo boxer as well. Yeah, that's correct. And he was very talented man, by the way. I like talented boxers as well when they're pursue some other stuff as well and are good at other things as well. Cassius Clay, that's true. That's Ali's real name before he converted into Islam. Excuse me. Unfortunately, that's a, that's a funny way to say it. I think fortunately, but maybe unfortunately for someone. Uh, my favorite boxers are Marvin Hagler and Jack Dempsey. Good picks, good picks. Absolutely. I mean, great guys and great boxers and great stories, both of them. But okay, guys, I gotta wrap it up now. Gotta go. Prepare for later their sparrings. So I'll see if I can record. If I can live stream, I'll do. If I cannot, I'll try to report some of these sparrings and just maybe upload it as a separate video. So yeah, just please stay tuned. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys, and I see you in the next one. Ciao.